Hey, what's up guys? Today's video we will take a look at this Royal Giant Royal Ghost Cycle deck. This deck got me 8,000 trophies in ladder and it's absolutely insane, and people thought Royal Giant is dead, but it's still really good. Cheap cycle. I just copied this deck from Airsurf and it does really well in Clash Royale. If you guys start with the Archer Queen, I'm not use a Hunter or Mega Mains, both still works, but Archer Queen is just one of the best cards in the game and I just hope for a nerf even I'm also abusing her. If you guys don't want to miss any videos in the future channel and want to make the 200k subs full, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also make sure to activate the notification bell and use Creator Go more on the shop if you guys want to support me. And I would say let's directly jump to the games and I'm going to show you what makes this deck so absolutely strong. The first matchup I want to show you is this Mortar Cannon card deck. I actually had like a 1% win rate against the best Mortar players in the world. I'm currently like top 20 in the world. I just faced the best Mortar player in the world and he is for sure one of the best Mortar players in the world. What makes the matchup so good against Mortar? Honestly, I don't know. I always thought Mortar hard counters me. Why? He has a cannon card, Mortar, Lighting doesn't get too much value. Also, the minion horde really does put in a ton of work. So, we just have Archer Queen against minion horde, right? The good thing is Archer Queen ability plus E-Spirit one-shots minion horde, or like the minions. So, that's really good. So, I'm just going for my Ghost here. Ghost is doing a good job. Okay. So, I would say I'm just going to go in for a Fisherman in the back, I guess. Okay. Or do I go for Fisherman? Okay, I'm just gonna go E-Spirit here. Honestly, you really want to play kind of slow. You never want to go really Royal Giant in this situation. Why I don't really want to go Royal Giant? Because you can just cannon cut. I still did it because I was kind of scared of a prediction on top of my Archer Queen. So just go for Fisherman. Kind of great that it got like destroyed there. I got a really great Ghost there. I was like thinking about going for a prediction log at the moment, which I should have done because he didn't have his guards back in cycle. But still, he needs to commit a log. So, all good. I'm just gonna go for my Archer Queen at the bridge here. No, I'm just gonna use my ability. He's gonna fireball it, but even with the fireball, we're gonna get 2 ability shots and 1 normal shot. We're gonna get 900 damage. So this is really what you want to do. If you have the elixir disadvantage, you want to go in for the Archer Queen at the bridge and punish the opponent. Elixir advantage, not disadvantage. If your opponent has a disadvantage, you want to be aggressive. So I think I'm just gonna go for skeletons in the back. And I think I'm just gonna go E-Spirit at the bridge. Let's go. So I was like kind of scared of a minion horde at the bridge, so I didn't play Royal Giant because if I would have minion horde, I would have lost the game, right? So just going for really smart plays. You really want to be sure. Even it looks like, okay, you're gonna go for a Royal Giant of the Mortar. The Royal Giant will kill the Mortar and he still needs to defend it, right? Sounds kind of easy, but it's not that easy most of the case. So I'm just gonna go for a log here because it still forces out some elixir. So he goes in for the cannon cut. I was like thinking about going for lightning, but I thought like, okay, maybe it's on the other tower, right? It doesn't really make too much sense. So I'm just gonna go for my Fisherman here. Fisherman will pull that. I'm just gonna go for my E-Spirit here. Kinda lucky that the E-Spirit gets some value at least, but also the Fisherman still stays alive. I'm just gonna go for Skeletons. Honestly, really good Skeletons. It was like almost a perfect defense so far. So he's most likely just gonna fireball that. That's exactly what he's gonna do, but still we have the Queen still alive, so he still needs to defend it. I think he was just gonna log this, or like he's just gonna go for this. So we're fine. I'm just gonna go for another Ghost. So what I'm gonna do right now is a big mistake. I shouldn't have played Royal Giant. I thought he wasn't back to minion horde yet, but he is. So we're actually kind of throwing away my good situation. So I'm just go for a log here. Kind of lucky for us, to be fair, that the Ghost still gets a shot there. So honestly, it wasn't really too bad, but he kind of messed up also. He shouldn't have played like that. I'm just gonna go for Electro Spirit here. Skeletons. Honestly, that's now kind of bad because I didn't think that the minions were 2-shot. I was hoping for them to be 1-shot by a tower. So this is kind of bad. I'm just going to go for a Fisherman in the back. I'm just going to go for a Ghost. And now I'm just going to take the log here. I'm taking the log because I just need the chip damage. So I'm just going to go for minion horde here. I'm just going to go for Electro Spirit here. Okay, and it's honestly a really good defense. Also that pulls, so I'm just gonna go for Royal Giant here and I really want to get the lightning out, right? I really want to lightning this now because I also know he doesn't have lock and cycle, so I'm like kind of guaranteed to get 1 shot above the tower, right? And the Royal Giant gets the shot. I also get another Queen ability, and from there now on I knew, okay, I kind of have the game in my pocket. It's just insane how good Queen is. So I'm just gonna use my log here. Honestly, a really good log. Archer Queen almost connects, but right now it's just about Lightning Cycle. And the Lightning, or like the Cycle in general with the stake is so cheap. GG's well played. We are winning this one. There's no way for him to break through again. We can just use that. We can just cycle once again back. And then with the Lightning, GG's well played. Let's go. We had to kind of be careful, right, with the Lightning block. He almost got the Lightning block with the guards, but that's why we played the Lightning on a different spot. This is what you always need to do if your opponent can block the Lightning. So guys, deck number 2, like game number 2 is honestly like a really, really easy victory. It's like the only Lavon player I faced. And it just shows how you need to play against Lavon, right? You never want to really use your queen against your lava, against the opponent's lava, you just want to let it chip and just make sure to always save the queen for his balloon. So I'm just going to go for my ghost in the back. I did the bridge. He's just going to go for an Inferno Dragon. That's why we love Eastwood, right? For sure. The Inferno Dragon is still putting a ton of work, but we still get a ton of damage. And also the ghost puts in some pressure, so I'm just going to wait here. Now I'm just going to go for my Archer Queen here. I'm gonna use the ability now. I'm just gonna go for skeletons here. And for sure we were kind of lucky that he didn't get a zap in time. But even if he would have had, I don't really think it would have been too much damage here, because I could still log the miner and like make sure we don't take too much damage. So what I'm gonna do right now is just gonna go in for my ghost in front of that. He can go for his guards. But I still know, even if he does, I still have a queen on the map, right? He needs to fireball the queen. Okay, I didn't even log. And that means that we basically get a ton of damage. So he's gonna let it go, right? That's gonna be a huge mistake, because now we can just go in for a Royal Giant in the pocket. And the Royal Giant will get a ton of damage. Honestly, kind of unlucky for us that the that RG didn't tank for the queen, because otherwise we would have gotten a ton more damage. But now, as you guys can see, we get a Fisherman top of the king, we get a Royal Giant top of the king, and we're looking really, really good. I'm just gonna go for E-Spirit here. Let's go. And we're looking really strong. I'm just gonna go for the Royal Giant, I think. Or I'm gonna defend. I think I'm gonna defend first, just to make sure we're not gonna lose this game because of the Inferno Dragon or Balloon. And I know I have the time. He doesn't have a building. Emi gets like a 2-0 advantage. We are chilling. So I'm gonna just go in for my Archer Queen here. This is kind of what I'm doing. As long as I'm not gonna get free count, I'm in a completely good spot. So I think right now I'm just gonna go soon for my RG here. And then I'm just gonna log prediction his guards. And I'm just gonna E-Spirit on top of that. And this is going to be a flawless victory. Kind of flawless victory. I mean, we lost both towers, but flawlessly played victory. GG's well played. This is how you beat Lava. You need to be really aggressive. Ghosts and insanely strong against Lava. And the E-Spirit changes the matchup at all. So guys, this is actually a game for the 8,000 trophies. Earlier I was one game away and I lost 3 in a row. And I think we always know it. If you guys have like a goal, you're gonna be one game before that. And then you're gonna lose. This is how it goes. So I didn't really pay attention, so I just take like 2 Hog Rider hits instead of 1. Because I was like looking at the chat and like, please give me a good matchup, right? And the matchup is honestly not too bad. As you guys will see, the lightning cycle is actually absolutely insane. So I'm just gonna go Ghost over Slam. I just really like Ghost. I prefer Ghost over Dark Witch because the cheap pressure ability is just so damn good. As you guys can see, Ghost gets on top of the tower almost. Or like, not on the tower, but it forces out something like Barbarians. And as you guys will see, we're gonna do a really smart play there. So I'm just gonna go for Skeletons here. I knew he's gonna zap really, really late. So I'm just gonna go from E-Spirit here. And you guys will see now that I'm gonna go for RG because he doesn't have his barbs anymore. And I will do a huge mistake, which always cost me the game. If I wouldn't have done a mistake there, I think I would have won. So I'm just gonna wait for the ability to use it as late as I can. And now I'm just gonna use my queen. But I used my queen ability 1 second too late. If I would have used it 1 second earlier, the tower would have been down, guys. The tower would have been down. And now I'm honestly not in the best spot, to be fair, because he can just use this. Honestly, right now we're kind of doing a good job, playing a really perfect E-Spirit there. And a perfect log there to kill that. I'm just gonna go for my Fisherman here. I need to play it in a really bad spot. But it's okay. He just goes in here really aggressive. I can just go in for Skeletons. Just gonna go for this. And he gets a ton of damage, right? Also, the Fisherman dies, which is kind of awkward. I was like, okay, this is going to be bad RG, right? Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I should have E-Spirit here, but I was kind of dumb. If I would have had E-Spirit here, we would have been in a really good spot, but I didn't. So, I'm just gonna let it go. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go Queen in the back, and he plays a Spark here. And I knew, okay, I can just Lightning Cycle him out. It's just like how good this deck is. You can always Lightning Cycle. It was honestly horrible E-Spirit. I didn't play too well. I was just like playing 5 hours straight on stream. Make sure to check out my stream. By the way, I'm doing like a project today. I'm still currently streaming in German, but I still think some of you might enjoy it. So I'm just gonna go for my log here. It's kind of interesting fact that Lightning, E-Spirit plus Log isn't killing Sparky. No, Sparky. But still fine. I'm just gonna go for my Log now. I'm just gonna go for my Ghost. Skeletons, E-Spirit, and now I'm just gonna drop another Fisherman. It's kind of insane how we have like the Fisherman cycle going on. And the slow is really coming down, really doing a good job. Now I'm just gonna go in for my Archer Queen here. Okay, I'm just gonna go for my Log here. I'm just gonna go Skeletons, and he's gonna get one shot, but he needs to cycle back to another sort of stuff. So he needs to go Warrior Giant the bridge. And I don't really think he can. So I'm just gonna go for this. I'm just gonna go in for my Lightning now, because I just want to make sure I get his tower. I'm just gonna Lightning here, and I know he's not gonna get back, so he needs to go for Hawk right, and we're actually winning this one. This was the game for 8,000 trophies, guys. Let's go. Another matchup which I really want to show you guys is this matchup against Giant Level Prince. Honestly, it's not too hard, but it's honestly also not too easy. We have the Queen, so the Queen gives us a really big matchup advantage over like the Hunter at example, because he can just Fireball Zap it. Ghost isn't really too strong against Princess, so if he's just gonna spam his Princess, it's going to be hard for us to defend. So I'm just gonna go for Archer Queen. I really like to be aggressive with my Archer Queen, because why not? It's so broken at bridge. So I'm just gonna use my ability really early, and he is gonna use his Giant defensive. And this means basically we get a really good defense. I'm just gonna go Skeletons now. I knew kind of he's not gonna zap it. Why is he not gonna zap? Because then I couldn't go for Fisherman to activate King Tower, but right now the Giant's just gonna die. I'm just gonna go for my Fisherman in the back. The only really annoying part for us, if we don't have Archer Queen in cycle, he can just go in for his Mega, meaning gets a ton of value. This is not what we want to happen. So I'm just gonna go for my Ghost in the back. Okay, I'm just gonna go for my Archer Queen here. Let's go. I'm just gonna log this. Let's go. Great log. So I think in this situation, I'm just gonna go for Skeletons here. He's gonna zap. So it was like, okay, it's gonna be worth it, right, to use the ability. He obviously needs to play something, so he's not gonna play something in this. So I was like kind of like wondering why he wouldn't do that. So he's just gonna go Giant. So in this situation, it's a really good question. What should you do when your opponent is going to Giant back? Should you go in for RG opposite lane? This is never what you want to do. You're just gonna Ghost. For 3 elixir, you get solid pressure. This is what you want to do. Because he needs to Ghost opposite lane now. Now he cannot really support his Giant, and also it's not a big elixir commitment. For 3 elixir, this is what you want to do. You have like a both RG, Warrior Ghost, Warrior Giant combination in your deck, which puts in a ton of work. So I'm just going to use my ability here. And Archer Queen is just so good, right? Archer Queen is putting in a ton of work. So I'm just going to go once again for a Ghost. Just play it at the bridge and keep up at the bridge and just keep up the pressure. I'm just going to go Log here, I guess. I think I get the ability out, which is absolutely insane. I'm just gonna Log it because I thought it's gonna Dark Winds, but really kind of good for him that the Dark Winds died there. Okay, E-Spirit. And I'm just gonna Warrior Giant here at the bridge because I thought like, okay, I can just Archer Queen on top of everything. He didn't have his Prince in cycle yet. So I'm just gonna go for a really good Log. Should have played the Log 1 second earlier to kill the Dark Winds, but we're fine. And now you guys will see like kind of soon a misclick for me, which worked out really, really great for me. So sometimes misclicks are good. So honestly, that was honestly not the best Warrior Giant. I can just go in for Fisherman, so at least getting like 2 shots with my Warrior Giant. Let's go. I'm just gonna go for this. I'm just gonna go for Skeletons here. I'm just gonna go E-Spirit. And I'm just gonna go drop my Archer Queen here. So now I'm just gonna miss the Lightning here. I didn't hit his E-Wisp, but as you guys will see now, I hit his Miner. I still get the ability out, which is kind of lucky, right? Because the E-Wisp always resets it, so I'm not too sad about that. So I'm just gonna Log here. We honestly got like a flawless defense. We got a flawless defense. Even I thought we were gonna lose the game straight up there. This is just insane. I'm not like losing the game, but take a ton of damage and be in a bad spot. So I'm just going for another Ghost in the back. And now he's going to do a mistake, in my opinion. This is just a bad Giant. He thought like, okay, I'm going in, and he's going to defend it maybe, and then get like a last second counter push. But so he played his Prince early. That's what kind of knew. He's just going to miss his Fireball on top of the Fisherman. Now I can just go in for Warrior Giant. There's no way for him to defend the Warrior Giant for a Fisherman or building in a deck. So I can just go for a Log here. GG's well played. I'm winning this one, and this deck, this games got me 8,000 trophies in Clash Royale. If you guys don't want to miss any videos in the future down on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, using Creator Good Morning Shop is highly appreciated. I would say I'm out. Thanks for watching and goodbye, guys.